on Monica. And this is the story of her ex being arrested for allegedly slapping her in her face while her children were home. I felt torn talking about this because one, it's not a feel good story, it's really dark, but I think it bears talking about now that she has been fired from the show. And she also put out this whole statement about how she allegedly was a DV, survivor, and how she wanted to talk about, her DV violence on the show and be an advocate for survivors on the show. And I felt very strongly that I felt she was only saying this and bringing it out now as a Hail Mary to get back on the show next season. And I wonder if it was worth it to her. Not that I'm condoning him, because we'll get into the article and all of that stuff, but just questions I'm bringing us up for us to think about before we read the article. Not that I'm condoning if he did this, I'm not condoning it, right? Obviously, and any person, male, female, trans, what the hell ever, putting their hands on somebody else is wrong. Man, woman, whatever, it's wrong, especially in romantic partnerships, making it a domestic situation. It's wrong. So by no means am I defending him. By no means am I condoning him. If this is true, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely not, by any means. The only reason why I'm questioning it is because I'm questioning what her motives are. That all of a sudden now we're getting police reports and we're getting her talking about DV and all of this stuff. Because when all of this was being leaked, like last week or a couple days ago, I think she was still vying for her snowflake. And now we know she's been fired. And my question to you, Monica, is, was it worth it? Was it worth risking having a healthy co-parenting relationship with your ex? Because as we all know, you do have a healthy co-parenting relationship with him. That's already out there from your own mouth. You said that he's there for the kids and you're getting 6 to 7K a month in child support and whatever else, and you got to also keep the house, which are all great things, as you should have those things. He should take care of his children, he should take care of you as the ex, and you should be able to live in the house with your kids. All of those things, yes, you should have. But was it worth it also embarrassing your children? Because now your children are going to go to school, your children are going to Google this stuff, and now all of this is going to come out about their father or their stepfather. All of this stuff with you is now coming out and everybody's going to be talking about it. Your little ones are going to be bigger soon, and the bigger ones know what's going on. So was this particular dark Hail Mary, oh, I want to be an advocate for DV survivors, so bring me back on the show, was it worth it? And now you're fired. Did you think about how this would affect your children? Did you think about how this would affect the relationship co-parenting? Because I'm pretty sure he's probably pissed off. And again, I'm not saying that she's responsible to him or she needs to protect him. I'm not saying that. If he did this to her, he is responsible for his actions and he needs to be accountable for what he did. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, was it worth it, Monica? Now let's get into it, okay? So, this is according to page 6. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Monica Garcia's ex was arrested for slapping her face while her kids were home. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Monica Garcia's ex was arrested in 2021, the USN reports. According to a police report obtained by the outlet, Mike Fowler, 45, was arrested on charges of DV assault, DV in the presence of a child, and the interruption of a communication device on March 5th, 2021, after Garcia called law enforcement. While speaking to officers via her Apple Watch, she claimed that her husband had hit her and now she was hiding in a bedroom. In the report, it was noted that a female could be heard yelling for him to get away from her. Upon speaking to officers in person, Garcia, 40, claimed she was afraid of Michael and what he would do if she disobeyed him. Michael Fowler allegedly hit her after arguing about some of the people that she had been associating with. The specific people in question were not named. The argument got worse when they returned home, and that's when he slapped her across the face, per the alleged report. The altercation allegedly occurred in front of her teenage kids. She shares 3 girls with Fowler and daughter Bree from a previous marriage. According to the report, Fowler spent several days in a county jail and then pleaded guilty to assault in front of a judge. He was reportedly sentenced to 12 months probation and had to pay $1,070 in fines. Page 6 did not immediately hear back from Garcia or the Salt Lake City Police Department regarding the report. Garcia finalized her divorce from Fowler on October 24th, 2023, 10 years after getting married. She was awarded $2,636 a month in child support and $4,000 a month in alimony. So that's about $6,636 a month in total, as well as sole legal and physical custody of her 4 girls. The pair tied the knot in 2019, and Garcia filed for divorce 4 years later. They reconciled. Remember, they filed for divorce because she was having the affair with the brother-in-law for 18 months. So that's when she filed for divorce 4 years later after tying the knot. Now, flash forward to present day, they reconciled, and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City villain, as they're calling her, filed for a second time in June of 2023. Note the timing. June 2023, they had already finished filming. So the entire time that Monica is filming the show, she is legally married to Michael. I was under the impression when the show first started, she was divorced because she had cheated with the brother-in-law for 18 months, because that's how she sort of spun it. But that wasn't true. She was legally married to Michael, and the affair had happened 10 years earlier. While many speculated her divorce was a result of the former 18-month-long affair with her brother-in-law, Monica revealed in a January 10 Instagram post that they split over Fowler's alleged abuse. The reason for our divorce was because of domestic V, she wrote in a lengthy caption. So again, the reason why I said the questions early in the beginning of the video is because the only reason why people are looking for police reports, the only reason why Page 6 and The Sun and TMZ and me are reporting on this is because she opened the door with her Instagram post. She opened the door for this. We would have not known. Nobody would have gone sleuthing. She opened the door because she was trying to get sympathy points. And I feel, and my heart goes out to any person who has ever experienced, domestic V. My heart goes out to them. I've never been in that situation. I don't know how it feels, but my heart goes out to you. So I want to be respectful and sensitive talking about this. I don't want anybody who has experienced this to feel any type of way, because I believe people, and if something happened to you, it's not your fault, and I'm sorry. I'm just talking about Monica and how she brought this to light in a way that seemed not that she actually wanted to be an advocate for people, but in a way that she was trying to save her job. To me, her talking about the DV, her bringing all of this up, was nothing but a way for her to save her snowflake, not because she actually wanted to help other survivors. Okay. She goes, my ex was arrested a couple of times for domestic V on me in front of our girls in violations of protective orders. She added that she had hoped to talk about it on the show to help better explain why things are the way they are, and to bring awareness to women dealing with the issue and to help them see that they are not alone. Garcia then addressed women involved in domestic assault situations directly. But that's the thing, Monica. If you wanted to talk about this and if you wanted to be an advocate, why weren't you? Why are we only hearing about this when you know your job is on the line, when you need to do reputation rehab? So that's another reason why I'm okay with you being fired, because I'm really tired of these housewives talking about very serious, real issues only when it serves their narrative, only when it serves their agenda, only when they think it's going to give them cover. Let's call this person a racist. Let's call this person colorist. Let's call this person homophobic. Let's say this person is a sexual predator. Let's talk about the DV victims. Let's talk about, oh, Tom Girardi has dementia. Like, it's just PTSD. I'm looking at you, Dorit. Like, they talk about these really big, serious issues that should be dealt with grace and sensitivity and understanding and compassion, but they only talk about it when it serves them, when it gives them storyline, when it gives them cover. And I'm tired of that, because people really do suffer from these things. There are true victims, there are true survivors, there are still people who are really dealing with stuff. And to use these really big things that are really, really impactful for people to give you cover because you want a storyline, or because you don't want to be called out for being a liar or you're a fraud, is disgusting. It's disgusting. So there is that on Monica, but I want to know what you guys think. Are you like me and you're kind of like Monica? Was it worth it? Was it worth jeopardizing a healthy co-parenting situation with him? Because if I was him, I would be done with you. It would be like, no, we're only going to communicate over text and that's it. Like, you're putting all my information on Front Street. Again, I'm not defending him. He pled guilty. He admitted to doing it. I'm not defending him. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he should be protected. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, was it worth it? Because now we all know, and your children are going to have to see this, and your children are going to have to go to school. But there's also the part of me where it's like, Monica, you're a known liar. You lied on your mother. And not only did you lie on your mother and have her take everybody was calling your mother a monster and toxic and a narcissist and blah, 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 blah. And I don't think anything about your mom. I think your mom was a single mother who did the best she could. She didn't have every single tool in the toolbox either, but I think she did the best she could. And I think your mother was trying to help you be famous. I don't think your mother is toxic. I don't think your mother is a monster. Do I think you guys have unhealthy conversations and dynamics and fights? Yeah, but I don't think your mother is this horrible person. I think the way you treat your mother is pretty horrible and pretty monstrous. For all the leaked videos we've seen, for everything I've actually seen on the show, you are actually more abusive to your mother than she is to you. And the way you got your children to turn on their grandmother, all of a sudden your children were like, we're so scared of grandma. Don't let her in. Make sure you lock the door. I was like, you coached your children. And I feel sick saying this because I believe victims, I believe people, but did you coach your children against their father? That happens too. That happens too, because you clearly coached them against your own mother for the cameras. Did you coach your children against him? I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying we've seen how you move. And to me, the bottom of the barrel is how you treated your mother and then how you weaponized your children against her. So there's nothing you can say that's going to make me believe you. So who knows? I just feel like I just don't believe Monica. She's just a big liar to me. She's a liar. She's a fraud. She's a phony. I just don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. So I hope it was worth it, Monica, but she got fired, so I guess not. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. Do you think he was abusive? Do you think he wasn't? Should we even be speculating? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's weird, but I got to be honest about how I feel. But with that being said, if you are a victim of DV or you have been, my heart goes out to you. Seek help. It wasn't your fault. And I love you, and take care of yourself, okay? But when it comes to Monica, just something feels off. Something doesn't seem right. And also because she's really weaponizing this in order to give herself cover. So put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. But before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So let's get into our last story of the night,